Two Notch Road is fifth, and now Wise Dan looks for running room, but he's still sixth between horses. 6 lengths off the lead, a quarter mile to come, and they've all got to catch Silver Max, who's chased by Syed. Then Grand Arch. Wise Dan comes down the outside. The leader coming to the 8th pole. Here's Syed alongside of Silver Max. Grand Arch. Seek again diving to the rail. Kygan coming late. Wise Dan far outside. Wise Dan coming after Syed and Grand Arch. Wise Dan gets his head in front. The first $1 million race in Keeneland history. The Shadwell Turf Mile to Wise Dan with a breathtaking stretch rally. To the cheers of the Keeneland faithful, the winner of the featured 9th race, the 29th running of the Grade 1 Shadwell Turf Mile, number 6, Wise Dan, owned by Morton Fink, who bred the winner in Kentucky, trained by Charlie LoPresti. John Velazquez with his 4th winner on the card and a Grade 1 hat trick today at Keeneland for Johnny V. Wise Dan, a 7-year-old gelded son of Wiseman's Ferry out of Lisa Danielle by Wolf Power. It is official, and the trophy presentation is next. And now the trophy presentation for the Shadwell Turf Mile, a Breeders' Cup win and you're in mile division challenge race. Presenting the trophy, Mr. Rick Nichols, to the connections of Wise Dan.
They won 24 and change.
Another impressive, another great performance by one of the all-time greats, Wise Dan, Charlie LoPresti, the trainer, and Johnny Velazquez, the rider. And Johnny, you gave us all a little bit of grief there going into the first turn, well, out of the gate, actually.
Well, he did. He did get me a little scared there. You know, the whole thing about him that, you know, I didn't think, I was not expecting that he was going to do that. And in a slow pace, I knew he was going to pull him to what I was concerned about, how was going to get him to the last behind those horses. What I knew wasn't a lot of pace. Only 2 horses had a lot of speed. And one of them didn't even warm up, so I knew that one was going to take back. So once that door opens and he didn't break, it's like, well, this is going to be a tough job now to get him behind the horses and get him to settle. Finally got to the back stretch, he settled well. And finally, 5:16, I kind of fight him out of there to pull him to the outside. And once I put him to the outside, he had his kick, his usually kick. But it was a little scare there to get him settled behind horses, definitely.
It was a little scary for everybody. Hopefully, Charlie made it through the scare. Charlie, when you saw the horse break like that, I mean, you had told me prior that you thought this horse was training so well, he's going to fire out of the gate.
Well, yeah, you know, his head was sideways. And he didn't break. And I was a little worried, but, you know, down the backside, I liked the way he was tugging. You know, I saw that 24 and change, and I go, man, somebody's got to go with Silver Max because that's the way he steals these races. And then I looked up, you know, around the other turn there, and they got to him, and Johnny's horse was in a good spot, and when he kicked it, he just kicked it for home. He's been training like a monster. Yeah. I was expecting a really good race, and the way this unfolded for him to win the way he did, I guess what he win by a length going away at the end, maybe 3/4, I don't know, but he ran a great race. Johnny did a great job. He didn't panic. It was the same kind of thing that happened in Breeders' Cup last year. He kind of stumbled a few steps out of the gate, and he wasn't where we wanted him to be, but he still overcame it.
Well, you're looking for a 3-peat in the mile, but you told me before the races today that this might be the time to try the dirt. I know you're on the fence about this, but what do you think?
Well, he's got to come out of this race good to run in any Breeders' Cup race, obviously. He's trained so well over the dirt this year at Saratoga and here. I think if we're ever going to try it, this would be the year. You know, you just don't know how many he has in him. You know, a horse of this age is what I'm saying. And whether he'll get 1.25 miles, I don't know. I guess the only way to find out is to run him.
Well, let's walk over, but what do you got to say to the fans here at Keeneland for that reception that you got, that Wise Dan got coming back? Well, you're getting it again.
We love Keeneland. This is home. It's our home. It's Wise Dan's home. And thank all the fans for coming out here and being so proud of this horse. And even when he went through the colic surgery, I mean, the cards and letters that we got from people, please get well, Wise Dan. You know, people love him, and we love him, and we're just proud to have him and be blessed with him.
Well, let's hear it again for Wise Dan. Thank you.